Prime, this is Godzilla Train 1090. Sorry to say today with a brand new review. And today, we're going to be talking about another SH Monster Arts. Y'all know I don't collect many of these, but this bad boy had to be a little bit special. Today, we're going to be talking about the SH Monster Arts Godzilla 2023, or as we know here in the States and in Japan, Godzilla Minus One. Godzilla Minus One was such an incredible film. It really was. If y'all want to hear my thoughts about it, I'm not going to go over it again now. Definitely check out our Monster Attitude YouTube channel to see my full thoughts on Minus One. But just know I absolutely love this movie. 100% love it. This movie is just perfection to me. This is a movie, even as sad and as dark and as hard as this movie is, this movie definitely is now my top 5 favorite Godzilla movies of all time. This film is phenomenal, and just the design of Minus One is it's awesome. I love this design. I don't know where I want to put it yet as far as my favorite designs. That I haven't figured out yet, but this figure will probably help figure that out a little bit, because of course I know we got quite a few things that came out for Minus One. We got the Bandai movie monster series, got the theater exclusive, got the Ichiban figures, the standard and the I guess the rate version, you can say, with the blue dorsal plates. We also have something else I'm going to actually show off in this review, but so I'm not going to spoil that one. It'll be in the size comparisons later on, so you'll see what I mean. And we also got and then Super 7, they also announced a Godzilla Minus One figure. But this is the one that caught my eye, the SH Monster Arts. And as I said a moment ago, y'all know I don't really collect SH Monster Art figures like that. But this version of Godzilla is just magnifico. And I had to have a representation of it in my collection as soon as possible. I'm really hoping that Express does do a version of Minus One. I'm going to get that too. But I did want to see what this is like in hand, because I have seen a lot of incredible pictures, especially from the Figure Mania show himself, Harold Reese, and I had to get my hands on this. And as y'all know, I usually don't show off the box, but I'm trying to. It's a new year. I'm trying to do a little bit better when it comes to showing off the boxes and things of that nature. So I'm showing off the box here in this shot. As you see, it has the name on here, Godzilla Minus One. Let me not knock Godzilla over. Godzilla Minus One, we've got this, not really a silhouette, but actually a picture of Godzilla. And of course, the back of the box, we have this pretty unique window, actually, that actually has the G from Godzilla Minus One. I really thought that was a nice touch. Of course, some photos of the figure right here. But yeah, the reason I don't go over the box that often is because you're not here to see the box. But in case you do want to be on the lookout for this figure, your local comic book stores may have it in stock somewhere. Maybe even find it in the mall somewhere if you're lucky. But if you can't find this, definitely go out and get it. You'll see right here in my review. I do have some nitpicks about it, but they're the same nitpicks I have with all SH Monster Art figures. So it's not going to be anything brand new, honestly. So let me go and pull up the camera a little bit closer so y'all can get a good look at Minus Goji. Thank you. And here he is, the SH Monster Arts Godzilla Minus One. Now, as y'all know, this Godzilla goes through a lot of different changes in the movie. So there's not one definitive paint scheme for him. And honestly, I think they did a great job blending all the paint together, all the different paints together for this version of Godzilla. Because I mean, to me, at least without the of course without the lighting, it looks like to me like the water scene Godzilla. The way the lighting's hitting it right now, this looks more like the Genzei Godzilla. There's just so many different possibilities that you can do with this thing with lighting. To me, the paint job is awesome. They did an awesome job with the paint job. Depending what your lighting situation is, it does change. And of course, with the articulation, of course, the mouth moves, the arm moves. But I mean, y'all know how I am with SH Monster Arts. These things are so fragile. I'm always scared to handle them. I really am. I'm terrified to handle these figures. and they don't. And honestly, when I first got him, his hand was already out of the box. Like his hand was even attached to him. I thought that was absolutely ridiculous. Ridiculous. Of course, there's some leg movement. I'm kind of scared to move the legs too. They're still a little tight. I gotta probably heat them up a little bit just get some more articulation out of them. And of course, this top dorsal plate does move to kind of be able to move Godzilla's head up and down a little bit as well, depending on the type of shot you're trying to get in your figure photography. You can even do a shot just like this. Do a shot in a water scene in a way. So this thing definitely does have a lot of different possibilities to him. As you see in this pose, more of when Godzilla was roaring in Ginza, there's a little bit of a different pose for him. And really, the only gripe I have about the articulation with this is the tail. The tail doesn't move that much. That I'm scared to move it. I don't know, but for me, the tail doesn't move as much as I would like it to. Well, I'm comfortable actually moving the tail. I don't feel comfortable moving the tail on this figure. But besides that, this thing does look phenomenal. Obviously, I know I'm gonna do some size comparisons here in a bit, but this wanted to show you a couple of different poses with this version of Godzilla, just so you can get an idea of his movability. And of course, I have the SH Monsterarts Final Wars Godzilla. So the reason why I want to do this size comparison is I want to show you the articulation in this thing too. I mean, of course, I haven't done a review on this figure, which actually might one day because I keep forgetting I have him. But as you see, his head moves a lot easier than minus Goji's. I mean, yeah, his head moves, but it doesn't move in a comfortable way. Same thing with the arms. The arms I'm able to move pretty easily as they have a lot of flexibility. Honestly with this Godzilla, he does that Godzilla from Final Wars. He does need some more flexibility since he was a more active Godzilla. With this Godzilla, he is a little bit more stagnant. He doesn't move around. He doesn't move nearly as much as Final Wars Godzilla does. So I guess it does make sense that this does have a little bit more movability than the minus Goji. That doesn't change the fact that I'm still terrified to move the minus Goji around and even really take him out anywhere if it's the fear of me dropping him and losing all his pieces and things of that nature. But as you see, these two do look pretty good together. The 2004 version of Godzilla and the 2023 version of Godzilla. Both of these are phenomenal. If I had to choose which one I prefer, I don't think I can. So this is the Super 7 Dark Horse Bloodthirsty Godzilla from Super 7. And the reason why I'm showing this comparison is to show you the movability in him, as well as what I'm hoping we get when we get the Super 7 minus Godzilla, -1 Godzilla. I'm hoping he's just as big as this monstrosity here. Actually, he's a lot bigger than the SH Monsterarts. And the size of SH Monsterarts is the reason why I don't really collect them as much as I do other figures. But if the -1 Godzilla can be as big as the Dark Horse Godzilla, I'm gonna be a happy camper. I definitely did get that pre-ordered, so definitely look out for a review on that once that gets released. But I do think these two do look really good together. And a Super 7 of the -1 Godzilla is gonna look good with this Dark Horse Godzilla, honestly. But as you see, he's a tiny boy. And again, this is another grab I have SH Monsters, how small they are. And I'm not a small man. Like the SX Monsters can easily fit in my hand. So being able to move him around and maneuver him and things of that nature is pretty terrifying, especially with me, someone as heavy-handed as I am. And for the last size comparison, I'm showing y'all the Bam Presto minus Godzilla. No, obviously the SH Monsters is way more detailed. But just look at this little bugger. Isn't he the cutest? As of right now, I'm not planning to do a review on the Band Presto, but if you do want me to do a review on it, let me know in the comments. If y'all want to see it, I definitely don't mind reviewing it. I think it'll be a fun, interesting review actually. But as you see here, even though it's not as accurate, you can see the skin texture on both of these figures are crazy and wild. And of course, with the Band Presto, to me, It's more in that Devil World line, kind of like from X Plus. It's not exactly a Devil World from X Plus, but you can see how the Devil World line kind of did give the Ben Presto Godzilla some ideas, and I think they did a really good job with that. And of course, you see how big or how small he really is against the Ben Presto Godzilla as well. They both fit on my desk pretty well. Let's just say that. But again, despite my usual grudge with SH Monsterarts, I am glad I have this Godzilla because again, watching Godzilla Management was incredible. I saw it in theaters 4 different times, 3 or 4 different times. Yeah, 4 different times, and each time I love the movie more. So I'm really glad I do have two separate representations of Godzilla in my collection, of this Godzilla in my collection, and there's definitely more to come in the future. All right, that's my. I'll go and wrap this up and give you my final thoughts. Thank you. And we're back, and that's my review on the SH Monsterarts Godzilla 2023 from the wonderful film Godzilla Minus One. Now again, y'all know my nitpicks about SH Monsterarts figures. The ball joints drive me insane. It makes things pop off. What completely terrifies me. And as y'all see, I don't have small hands. My hands pretty much engulf this whole figure. So I'm always very scared to move this around and play with it. Even for photography's sakes, I'm really kind of terrified to kind of mess with it and to see what I can do and what I can get away with as far as photography, because this thing is so dang fragile. But again, that's just my gripes about SH Monsterarts figures in general. So, as I mentioned earlier, I am going to begin the Super 7 Godzilla Minus One figure. I'm really excited about that because that should be bigger and I don't have to worry about it snapping as soon as I grab it. But I honestly do feel like this is an incredible figure, even with my nitpicks. This thing looks incredible. Paint up is good. Scope is phenomenal. To me, there's nothing wrong with this figure besides the regular SH Monsterarts grapes that I have. But if you're definitely an SH Monsterarts fan and you're a toy photographer, definitely get this Godzilla because this thing does look great, and I can't wait for y'all to see some of my photography that I do with it. I wish I need to get, because I know that on some of the Facebook groups there has been a little Ginza set that I'm honestly tempted to get. I really want to get it just to go with this Godzilla, but I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what I can cook up with whenever I do my photo shoot for this guy. But until then, that's all I got for y'all today. At the time of this recording, of course, we're going to be talking about the impending figure of the year, having a figure of the year discussion. And yes, he is going to be in 2 different categories. Yes, he's going to be in 2 different categories. So, is he going to win either one? I don't know. We had a lot of awesome releases this year, especially for articulated figures and this overall figure of the year. We had some incredible things come out. So, I don't know if this will win necessarily, but I don't know. It has a fighting chance. It might surprise some of us. Who knows? But would I be mad at this one figure of the year? Nah, that would be awesome actually. But I definitely think it would win figure of the year. Articulated figure of the year? Maybe. Small chance, but we'll see. Whatever happens, I am glad I do have this in my collection, and I'm looking forward to having some fun with him. Probably won't take him out because, again, the pieces are so tiny. He's so teeny tiny, and the and like especially this hand always falls off. It drives me insane. So I'm not taking him outside, but I am excited for y'all to see my photography with him, and of course, for figure of the year, if you do want to get your vote in, make sure to join the Monsters with Attitude Collectors Facebook group. That's where we're gonna be having our polls. The polls will be coming up on Sunday at 12 p.m. Central Time Zone. But besides that, that's all I got for y'all guys tonight, and I hope you'll have a fantastic night. Catch you, family.